my name is Madeline, and welcome to this Yin Yoga class for upper body relief. So we tend to hold a lot of tension in the shoulders, in the neck, and the upper body. This will be a great practice to do if you're just short on time and you need some relief and need to relieve some tightness. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And if you have a couple blocks and like to use them for your practice, you can grab them, but totally not necessary for this. So let's get started in a Sphinx pose. You can come to face front on your mat. Make your way down to your belly. And come down onto those forearms, keeping the forearms parallel with each other. And then slightly look out in front of you and try to send the breath up and down the spine. So we're opening up the hips a little here, opening up the chest. Option, if you have a block, to grab a block and place it underneath the forehead if that feels better. It's up to you. So really starting by opening up the spine here will affect the whole upper body. And let's just take a couple more breaths here. Taking one last deep breath and really gently letting that go. Stacking the hands on top of one another. And bring the forehead down to those hands to rest on the belly for a few moments. Just notice the effect of that pose on the body. Take one more breath here. And really slowly start to press back up onto your hands and knees and come into your tabletop position. And in tabletop, you can start to take some cat-cows, or take any kind of fluid movement that feels good in the body, maybe looking over one shoulder and then the other. Then return back to that neutral tabletop. And we're going to come into a melting heart pose, which is probably my favorite pose in Yin. Really great for opening up the shoulders. So in this pose, you really want to keep those knees and hips in line. If you know you want a really intense shoulder opener and you have a couple blocks, you can grab those and place them towards the top of the mat. Either way, if you don't have blocks, you can walk those hands up on the mat. Draw the chest down, and maybe the forehead rests on the mat. So you should really feel that in the shoulders. If you have those blocks, you can actually bring the elbows to the blocks, bring the arms in prayer position, and then melt that chest down. This one is really intense, but really good if your shoulders are super tight. So just finding whatever works for you. If you feel any pain or tightness, tension in the arms, you can spread them wider across the mat. And breathe deeply. And take one more breath in melting heart. And staying low to the ground, you can begin to slowly slide back into that child's pose. Maybe the knees are hugged together, the arms are reaching back. Take one more breath in child's pose. And then we're actually going to come back up and back into that melting heart position. And we'll do a thread the needle in melting heart. So coming back to melting heart, trying to keep the knees and hips in line. And then we'll thread that left shoulder, left arm underneath the right arm. If that right arm outstretched is too much, you can always bring it back in for a regular thread the needle. Listening to whatever feels good in your body. Try to bring the breath here. Again, this can be a little intense. And take one more breath here. And slowly start to slide that right hand in and reach the left arm up to the sky and bring it back down to your tabletop. You can take a little bit of movement here before we go into that thread the needle on the other side. And whenever you're ready, no rush, come back into that thread the needle pose or the melting heart pose, and then slide the right arm underneath the left so that that left arm is outstretched. You can always bring the left hand in closer to the face if it doesn't feel good with that outstretched arm. Really breathe into the twist. And take one more deep breath here. Slowly begin to unthread that needle, reaching the right arm up and bringing it back down to the mat. Now we'll come to one side and make our way onto our backs for some recline twists. So you can draw the knees into the chest, rocking side to side a little bit, and then pausing back at center. And from here, we'll drop the knees over to the right and stretch that left arm out into a T shape or cactus shape. And try to keep that left shoulder pressing down on the mat. Again, a really nice opening for the spine. Take one more breath here. And slowly draw the knees back to center. And we'll move right into that other side, dropping the knees over to the left and reaching that right arm out into a T shape or cactus shape trying to keep that right shoulder pressing down on the mat. And just breathe into the twist. Take one more deep breath in the twist. And slowly draw those knees back to center. Be rocking them a couple times, side to side. From here, take any final poses or movement you need to finish class. Maybe a happy baby. And whenever you're ready, coming down onto your back for your final resting pose, Shavasana. And if you have time, I encourage you to stay in the Shavasana as long as you like. Maybe you can hear the rain in the background where I am. But I hope your shoulders, your upper body is feeling a bit more open, a bit more light. And thank you so much for practicing with me. If you'd like to see more Yin Yoga videos like this, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again next time.